finally have a ring light. I've had it for 2 weeks, barely, and it's already broken because of my cats. They knocked the whole thing over and the clip snapped off, and I don't know if I can get it replaced because it seemed like it was kind of like a separate piece, so I'm gonna try to fix it. We'll see how this goes. I really don't know because it's the side that pulls out. Go figure. I can't have anything nice in this house. Not successful. Not successful. Didn't work. It held for like a second and now I'm just resting it up against it. But there's no saving this. I'll probably have to try to solder it and that probably won't work. So then I'll have to buy a new one. Oh, anyway, I was coming on here because this whole quarantine, like I felt like before this, I really felt like I had already been feeling like I've had a disconnect with people, and I don't mean like I don't spend enough time with people or don't have enough friends or whatever people to hang out with. No, I mean like a real connection where you're actually showing someone you care about them even when you're not with them. And this quarantine has like amplified that, and I realized there's so much more that I could be doing for other people, and I think I get like so consumed in my life here that I forget to do that. So I also am hosting a quarantine Mother's Day on Sunday, and I can't order anything in time, so I'm just gonna make things. I'm gonna make some decorations. I'll make my mom and the few aunts who are coming over cards. Again, I can't do calligraphy, so it doesn't look great, but it's the thought that counts. I'll make them all cards, and I don't know what else I'll do. But I'm gonna take you along while I make some stuff for it. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Give me a like, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment, message me, whatever, if you want to just talk. So yeah, do that, and let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out what I want to start doing, what I want to make as just like little Mother's Day decorations. I'm gonna make a table runner, but I'm gonna have to cut it. So typically what I do is I go on to Pinterest and I'll just like, I'm gonna type in Mother's Day sign and find a cute little thing. Cute font. Ooh, this is cute. I was just gonna write Happy Mother's Day, but why not put something cuter like this? There is no greater love than that of a mother, with a cute thing around it. I think I want to try something new. I think I'm gonna try to print this, and I'm gonna use something. So I'm gonna pull this up on the computer, and then I'm gonna copy it onto a Word document, and I'm gonna print it off. And then I have it's terrible. I have a light board from Cricut, And I'm gonna try to use that. I don't know if it works on paper like this, but we're gonna see. Okay, have it open in Word. Now, excuse me. I'm gonna change my orientation to landscape so that I can make the picture bigger. And then I'm gonna print it. Oh, it's perfect. Ah, yay. All right, I'm gonna get my light board and then we're gonna see if this works. Okay, I decided to change my camera angle to give you a better view. Now I'm gonna try to line this up as best as I can. So typically, I know like most people don't have a light board. There used to be a thing when I was younger, I used to have one. But if you don't, you can just put it on a window, tape it up on a window, and it'll have the same effect. So I'm just gonna go over it. Like I said, this is for the people who don't have calligraphy skills, like I don't. So I'm just gonna go through and do this. I'm literally gonna trace over it. The reason why I'm tracing over it with pencil is because I don't know if I wanna paint it or if I'll use Sharpie. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I ended up painting it. This is with regular white paint. This is watercolors. And so far I like it. It kind of looks like Christmas, but who cares? So I moved on and started making cards. I did the same technique that I did for the sign where I printed out the pictures that I wanted and the font and the sayings that I wanted on the card. Because again, I'm not really good at calligraphy and I just traced through them. This was a little bit more difficult because it was smaller and the pictures weren't as dark and the cards were pretty thick, so it was kind of hard to see. So I did the best I could, and then I had a little trouble making ones without any stencils and with just using the watercolors. I guess I wasn't really having any creative juices flowing, but I did the best that I could. So after I used the watercolors and the tracing to make cards, I decided to also just make a bunch of cards on my phone. That way I wasn't having to create a bunch of different things. I just made a bunch of copies of them and I was going to give them to my aunts. So I used an app and I created the font and the graphic that I wanted on the front of the card and also on the back of the card. And this was cool and really easy, and I love the design. I'm literally so obsessed with it. So I made it look exactly how I wanted, and then I emailed it to myself and I printed it on the printer. So you need a printer, colored ink, and I used picture paper. So I printed all of them out, and then I had to cut all of them, which took a really long time because I wanted to make sure I cut them nice and straight. So I had to trace boxes around them. And then I used double-sided tape to stick them to the cards that I had. And I put some dots around it just to kind of fill it in and give it some more color in a metallic marker. And then I put them in their envelopes and I decorated them. And this is how they came out. They're not the best, but they're handmade. My favorite ones are the watercolor ones. So that is all. I really hope you enjoyed this.